Welcome to Behind the Trigger, and today we're going to be talking about the Bergara BMR and how to do a quick trigger job to it. Before we get started, I did do a pull weight on this, and I was getting an average about 2 pounds. No, I don't recommend this modification, especially using the 440 tap or set screw, because it is way too loose, and I'm going to show you why. Now the hole that needs to be threaded is this one right here, and it is drilled on an angle. The hole's already big enough. There should be no reason to have to drill it out. As you can see, this is the 440 tap right here. More than likely, it is a metric thread. And if you mic up the hole and you cross-reference it more, it comes out to a M3 by 0.5 tap. That's this one. So the M3 is not much bigger, but it is bigger than the 440. So more than likely it's the M3 by 0.5. And believe it or not, it's actually easier to find set screws for the M3.5. Now I already did this going into it. I knew that the 440 thread pitch was going to be too loose, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right here, but I just went ahead and tapped it out 440. And it's very easy to do. You just follow the angle, you put it straight in the hole, and you start your tap. Actually, the metal tap's really easy. This is my little 440 screw, and it's a 1/2 inch long. So now that it's started, I want to show you how loose it is. See how loose the 440 is? More than likely it'd be the M3 by 0.5. And we're just going to run it in a little bit more. And you can see right here that the 440 is way too small. Let's run it in. So that could actually lead to some problems down the road, basically with it backing out. And you definitely want at least a 1/2 inch as far as length. You can see it's all the way in there, and it did tighten up a bit. One of the reasons this tightened up for me a little bit is because I used a standard tap. This is not a finished tap. Make a finished tap. I didn't want to do that. I chose, because of the hole size, I just chose to get the thread started, because you do have to run this all the way in until you hit the sear, but it won't cut the full thread. I had enough threads there that I could actually use the stainless set screw to finish cutting threads to form those threads. Now, in saying that, you break that tap off, you're pretty much screwed, because it is harder than most drill bits. Okay, I'm going to run this in, we're going to make some adjustments, and we're going to see if we can get this below the average 2 pounds by just backing out the trigger pull weight screw. One way I usually adjust the sear, I make sure it's cocked. You can see right there, it's cocked. And we're just going to run it in until it drops the hammer. I should say the firing pin. So right there, right about there, that's the threshold. So we're going to, and it's not going to cock. So we're going to go about, we're going to start with a 1/4 turn out. Looks good. Then we're going to test it. And there you go. We got it locked in. It's at least holding. Then we're going to come right here. Let's see if we can see it on I don't know if you can see it, but right here is your sear, your engagement with the sear. And it honestly does not look like it moved it a whole lot. We're just going to do a little more. And we're going to watch that point. So let's just do this. So run it in till it drops. It dropped. We're going to back it out every so lightly. And we got positive engagement. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully it comes out. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a little trigger weight. That actually looks like a pretty... That actually looks like it's a pretty good, safe engagement. And we're going to see if we lighten this trigger up at all. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Till next time.